Hello guys. Welcome to Manhwa Capt. In this video I am going to explain the manga called Damn Reincarnation. So without any further delay, let's start. The story begins in the kingdom of Helmuth. Vermouth and his 4 comrades have destroyed everything. Their objectives are to defeat all the demon kings. At the moment, they have already defeated 3 demon kings. The other comrades are the wise Sienna, who is a wizard, the believer Annas, who is the healer of the team, the brave Maul, who is the tank, and lastly the idiot Hamel, who is our protagonist. Hamel considers Vermouth as his rival. They dominate the kingdom, but suddenly a monster surprises Vermouth. Hamel runs fast and protects him, thus receiving an attack that pierces his chest. In his last moments, Hamel is saying goodbye to everyone. He is now a child, and his past life was written down in a book. When he reincarnated, he kept his memories of his past life. It has been 300 years since his death on the mission to eliminate the demon kings. Surprisingly, he reincarnated as a descendant of the hero Vermouth. Hamel is now called Eugene Lionheart, and is 13 years old. Vermouth had several women, but his only official lineage was from his wife. Several branches of his lineage exist, but the indirect branches are not taken into consideration. Eugene has the same Lionheart surname, but comes from an indirect branch. A lineage ceremony is coming soon, where they will compete. Those from an indirect branch are forbidden to use a real sword and train the mana. Eugene practices with a wooden sword. His father is a bit scared, because Eugene doesn't look like a child. He has a scary gaze and a dark aura. Tomorrow is the lineage succession ceremony. It is a tradition that occurs once every 10 years. Both lines, direct and branch, participate. They choose children between 10 to 15 years old from the main house, and they compete to see who has the ability to be worthy of being called Lionheart. But the direct line, unlike the branch, could train with real weapons and train their mana. This is because they don't want someone who comes from a branch to succeed more than those who come from the direct lineage instead. Eugene is incredibly talented. His father feels guilty for not possessing talent. There will be 3 children from the direct line, and 6 from the branch who are the competitors. One of the direct line children will be the son from the first wife, and the other 2 will be the twins from the second wife. 2 of the branches have relatively larger authority, while the others are trash. Eugene begins to remember his past. At that time, he thought he was a genius, but he really wasn't. The real genius was the great Vermouth, praised by everyone and known as the god of war. His other psychics were also highly regarded in their fields. Eugene is frustrated and wonders if the Demon King is still alive. In his past life, Vermouth promised him that he would kill the Demon King of imprisonment. And thanks to that promise, peace lasted up to now. They finally reached the main territory of the Lionhearts. Eugene arrives in the kingdom. Only those who belong to the direct line are allowed to wear an emblem on their left side. Eugene stays there. There is a maid who will help him with anything he needs. Eugene asks her to show him the gym. Outside the gym, he met a boy and a girl who have the emblem. These are the twins, and they are making fun of him for being poor. The 2 of them gave him a warning before leaving. The other boy peeks out, but is quickly caught by the girl. Eugene is training with a wooden spear. The maid is amazed at how it moves. The twins arrive in the area. They are called Kian and Seal. Kian asks him about what he is doing. Eugene says, "Can't you see? I am wielding a spear," and calls him an idiot. Kian gets very angry, and asks him to apologize. Eugene apologizes, but Kian doesn't accept it. He keeps fighting him, and asks him to clean the carriage he used. But Eugene tells the maid to clean it. Kian starts yelling, saying why he is ignoring his order, since he is Kian Lionheart. Eugene mockingly replies that I am Eugene Lionheart. To which Seal Lionheart also introduces herself. Cyan is still upset that he ignored his order, so he picks up a wooden sword from the floor, and challenges him to a duel. Eugene tries not to accept the duel, but Cyan keeps insisting. And after getting annoyed, he accepts and starts to take the weights off. He had weights on his clothes, and when he throws the weights, Cyan gets shocked by how much weight he had. The 2 get into their positions, and in the blink of an eye, Eugene easily takes Kian down. He makes him throw up. While his sister doesn't understand just what happened, she thinks that Eugene did train the mana, saying it's unfair. A man named Hezar arrives, and asks him what happened. Eugene explains everything, and in the end, they decide to retire and leave. Tonight another competitor will arrive, and the rest will arrive tomorrow. Kian told his mother about what happened. His mother is the second wife of the direct line. She is enraged by how a commoner humiliated her son. Kian apologizes to her, but she slaps him and asks Hezar to take him away and train him. She then tells Seal to stay by Eugene's side. She said that she can kill Eugene, but then she'd be the first suspect, and then the guardians of the family code would come. So she asks Seal to befriend him as it is a better choice. The next day, the three heirs of the collateral lines arrived. Their names are Deacon age 11, Hansa age 14 and Jules age 10. The head of the family also arrived. Everyone gathers to welcome him. They all meet the legal wife Theonis, and the eldest son of the direct family Iode Lionheart. Giard Lionheart arrived, and next to him is his younger brother Kian. Giard greets everyone, and invites them to dinner together. They are at the family table. The only persons missing were Gargis and Desiree. Despite the fact that they are from a branch family, they are highly regarded. There is also a man named Roberian, who also accompanies them. He is Senya's disciple, or rather the disciple of Senya's disciple. 300 years ago, Senya ascended to Master of the Green Tower, becoming the youngest tower master in the history. She rebuilt the standard magic books, so both Green and Red Towers keep the wise Senya as their Grand Master. Giard makes Kian apologize to Eugene, and also praises Eugene. He is surprised to hear that Eugene practically trained alone, and thus defeated his son. They start eating, and after the meal they explained that the first test is a labyrinth. Inside the labyrinth, there are traps and monsters, but the monsters are Roberian's illusions, even though he assured that they would feel very real. If they manage to defeat the labyrinth's boss, they will be able to pick a treasure from the Lionheart family treasure room. Dinner is over and Eugene is walking, when he runs into Gargis and Desiree. They ask him if he really defeated Kian. He answers that he did, and leaves. Eugene goes outside to train, where Gargis and Desiree arrived again. Desiree challenges him to a spear fight, since her specialties is spear fighting. Gargis will be the judge the fight. As the fight begins, Eugene blocks all of Desiree's attack. Desiree thinks she found an opening, but is easily blocked, thus giving the victory to Eugene. Gargis and Desiree want to join forces with Eugene in order to defeat the direct line, as this has never happened. The second wife wants to find a way for her children to survive, so she hopes that Iode will be chosen by Roberian, so that while he will be away to learn magic, her children will become stronger and take the first position of successor. The day of the test arrives. Roberian gives them magic that allows them to create the weapon they want. So each one made their own weapon. Then he gave them a necklace that helps them to know if they are in danger, or if they want to get out of the labyrinth. They all enter the portal that leads to the labyrinth. Eugene is used to labyrinths, as in his past life he went through many, so everything is under his control. 3 have already been disqualified, while the others are still in the labyrinth. Roberian and Giard are observing everyone from outside. They analyze them and say what weaknesses they have. The eldest son seems more interested in magic, but he can't pursue that because of his mother. However, his father wants him to pursue his dreams. Roberian comments that his favorite story is of Senya's. On the other hand, Giard's favorite character in the story was Hamel. They get shocked to see Eugene's ability, as they were both speechless watching him. They call him a genius, because the troll he defeated was a test to find out how he can escape from it. But he defeated the troll easily. Gargis also manages to defeat the troll, but he was so wounded that he faints. Kian manages to escape from the troll, and joins his sister Seal. Desiree also appears and scares Kian. But he also scares her due to his scream. This was actually an ambush, but as it has failed, so she tries to run away. The two chase her all the way to the end, and by chance they reach the center of the labyrinth. Eugene was already there in a corner, and asks why did the 3 of them arrive together. He said that he was waiting for them, because he was curious about who will arrive first. What Eugene wants to do is to give up the spot to them. Because if he fights it alone, he will easily defeat the boss. He comments that it would be sad for those who struggled to get there. He said that the monster does not attack if you are not within a certain distance. He suggests attacking it by order of arrival. Desiree goes first, then Cyan and lastly Seal. Each one is going to fight alone. Eugene taunts Desiree that if she is scared of the boss, then she should surrender. But she doesn't surrender and decides to fight it alone. Kian asked Eugene, why is he not going first and what if someone else defeat it first? Eugene says that if Kian manages to defeat the boss, Then he will call him Big Brother for the rest of his life, which of course motivates Kian. Desiree is already face to face with the monster. She starts the fight, but is easily overpowered by the monster. It catches her and throws her away, thus ending the fight. It didn't attack her anymore, since it is an illusion. Kian is next. He turns his sword into Kai. This technique requires 10 years of practice in the mana to be able to achieve it. But his Kai disappears, because the one who created the labyrinth is Roberian, and he disabled the use of Kai, so everyone can be on equal footing. Kian goes straight for the Minotaur. He manages to inflict small cuts on the monster, but they are not enough. He goes for its legs, but is blocked by the knee. He is then caught and also thrown. Now next is Ciel's turn, but she decides not to fight it, since she can't use Kai either. Eugene thinks that she is smarter than her brother. He picks up his sword and shield, and the fight begins. Eugene climbs up the Minotaur's body, and dodges all its attacks. He goes all the way up to his head, and as the Minotaur throws a fist towards his face, Eugene dodged the attack, thus the Minotaur hit himself. Eugene begins to cut him on the neck, mainly in his artery, and managing to knock it down, thus winning the fight. Kian is speechless and feels some kind of emotion. It is not fear, it is admiration towards Eugene's power. The ceremony is over. Giard is surprised. But Roberian is shocked, since Eugene could easily defeat, and go through his labyrinth as if it was nothing. Giard sent several men to investigate Eugene's town, where he is well known for his persistence in training. Giard comments that he was born to fight. Roberian asks him if he doesn't mind that Eugene is better than his sons. But Giard is happy, because it will make the lion heart name shine a whole lot brighter. And that's it. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to like, subscribe and press the bell icon so you don't miss the updates.